Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. So today we'll be covering most important MCQs for 27th of August 2021. Starting with very first question. In which state or union territory India's highest herbal park has been inaugurated recently? So India's highest altitude herbal park, which is situated at a height of 11,000 feet, was inaugurated at Mana village close to the Indo-China border in Uttarakhand's Chamoli district. And this has been developed by the research wing of Uttarakhand's Forest Department under CAMPA scheme. Means Central Government's Compensatory Afforestation Fund Act. And it has been developed in 3 years. So this particular park has around 40 species which are found in high altitude alpine areas in the Indian Himalayan region. Now Uttarakhand was also in news because recently it has appointed the hockey player Vandana Kataria as the state's brand ambassador for the Department of Women and Child Education. Can you tell me who has been recently appointed as brand ambassador of Amway? Please write in the comments. Also last month, Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, had announced Roads and Highways project worth 1000 crore rupees in Uttarakhand. Apart from it, recently First Orchid Conservation Center of North India has recently been inaugurated in Uttarakhand. Then this state was also in news because of its scheme named as Mukhyamantri Vatsalya Yojana. So under this particular scheme, 3000 rupees would be directly transferred into accounts of children who have lost their parents or the earning member of their family due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Also, free education, ration and health facilities would be provided to these children till they attain the age of 21 years. So these are some of the news and events for which Uttarakhand was in news these days. Question number 2. Recently former Chief Minister Kalyan Singh has passed away. He was the Chief Minister of which state? So late Kalyan Singh was the former Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister along with former Rajasthan Governor. And recently he has been passed away in Lucknow at the age of 89 years. So Kalyan Singh became the Chief Minister of the state for the very first time in 1991 and he was Chief Minister from 24th of June 1991 to 6th of December 1992. Then again from 21st of September 1997 to 12th November 1999. Also do remember that he was very much in news when the Babri Masjid was demolished in the year 1992. Now also recently, the government of Uttar Pradesh has launched the third phase of Mission Shakti. Why? With the aim of promoting women's safety and self-reliance. So the main schemes to be implemented in this phase are the launch of, first of all, Mission Shakti Kaksha at all the 59,000 Gram Panchayat Bhavans. Then second is formation of 1 lakh women self-help groups. And the third is the construction of pink toilets in 1286 police stations. Also few days back we have seen that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched the second edition of government's free LPG connection scheme named as Ujjwala from Uttar Pradesh. So earlier first version of this scheme was launched in the year 2016 and now Ujjwala 2 is the updated version of Ujjwala 1 and it will be marked by handing over of 1 crore additional LPG connections by Prime Minister through virtual conferencing at Mahoba district in Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh was also in news because Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh Yogi Adityanath has launched a portal recently named as My Government Meri Sarkar. So now through this, people of the state can give various feedbacks to the government and UP government can inform the people about their schemes on the same platform. Okay. Question number 3. In which city National Thermal Power Corporation, that is NTPC, has commissioned the largest floating solar PV project of 25 megawatt? So NTPC has commissioned this largest floating solar PV project of 25 megawatt on the reservoir of its Simhadri thermal station in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. And the floating solar installation has a unique anchoring design which is spread over 75 acres. And it has the potential to generate electricity from more than 1 lakh solar PV modules. Now Visakhapatnam was also in news because recently GVMC, that is Greater Visakhapatnam Municipal Corporation, has been declared as Water Plus City. And along with Visakhapatnam, Tirupati Municipal Corporation and Vijayawada Municipal Corporation has also received the same tag. And which is the first Water Plus City of India? It is Indore. Now talking about NTPC, recently it had invited Global EOI, means expression of interest, to establish a pilot project on hydrogen blending with natural gas in India. And this will be set up across the CGD network in India. CGD means City Gas Distribution. Also NTPC is to set up India's largest solar park at Rann of Kutch in the state of Gujarat with a capacity of 4.75 gigawatt. So this is floating solar PV project, and in the previous lecture we have talked about SBI because it has opened a floating ATM on a houseboat at Dal Lake in Srinagar. So do remember that this is SBI. Question number 4. Which date in August is observed as the International Day commemorating the victims of acts of violence based on religion or belief? So this day is observed by United Nations on 22nd of August. And this day basically recognizes the importance of providing victims of acts of violence based on religion or belief and members of their families with appropriate support and assistance in accordance with applicable law. And it was first made official in the year 2019. Now to remember that 23rd of August is observed as International Day for the remembrance of the slave trade and its abolition. So this day is intended to remember and honor the tragedy of the slave trade in the memory of all the people who were dehumanized by the cruel practice or systematic racism. So this is basically a day to honor the memory of all the men and women who revolted for the end of slavery and dehumanization. Now apart from it, we celebrate World Sanskrit Day on 22nd of August and World Senior Citizen Day is celebrated on 21st of August. Now similar to this day, one more day is observed named as International Day of Remembrance to Victims of Terrorism, and this day is observed on 21st of August. And World Humanitarian Day is celebrated on 19th of August. World Environment Day, and what was the theme for this year? Please write in the comments. Question number 5. Which state's 7 indigenous food products have been launched by Union Minister of State for Food Processing Industries and Jal Shakti, Prahalad Singh Patel? So recently Prahalad Singh Patel has launched 7 indigenous food products of Manipur in Imphal as part of Make in India initiative. And the 7 indigenous food products are: first is black rice laddu, second is black rice fruit nut cookies, third is hot and spicy bhujia, then fourth is kabok mixture, or you can say it as puffed rice mixture. Then fifth is a dessert, that is Manipuri cassava barfi. Sixth is bamboo shoot murabba, and seventh is fig laddu. So these are the 7 products from Manipur, and these were developed under the incubation lab project of MFICL means Manipur Food Industries Corporation Limited in collaboration with TQS Global, Ghaziabad, with a budget provision of nearly 10 lakh rupees. Now apart from it, Manipur was also in news due to its scheme named as COVID-19 Affected Livelihood Support Scheme, and this has been launched to provide assistance to those who had severely affected by COVID-19 pandemic in Manipur. Also, every year on 13th of August, Manipur celebrates Patriots Day in memory of those heroes who sacrificed their lives in Anglo-Manipur War 1891. Talking about Manipur, Chief Minister is N. Biren Singh and the Governor is Shri Ganga Prasad Chaurasia. Question number 6. Recently, which state or union territory has announced a package of 500 crore rupees for the industrial units? So recently, Gujarat government has announced this package for industrial units which are located in GIDC areas to give them relief following the setback caused by second wave of COVID-19 pandemic. GIDC stands for Gujarat Industrial Development Corporation. And earlier the state government had announced an Atmanirbhar package of 14,000 crore rupees for the industry after the first wave of pandemic. And a total of 31,166 industrial units have received benefits worth 407.72 crore rupees so far through 14 different schemes as part of that package. Now Gujarat was also in news because NMHC means National Maritime Heritage Complex is to be developed as an international tourist destination, and it will be dedicated to the legacy of maritime heritage of India at Lothal in Gujarat. Also, there is a product in Gujarat which is GI certified and quite famous. It is Bhalia variety of wheat, and it was in news because last month first shipment of this product was exported to Kenya and Sri Lanka for boosting the export of wheat. Also, Gujarat government is all set to grant Center of Excellence status to 7 private universities in the state. You have to tell me the name of at least 3 universities in this category. Please write in the comments if you remember. Question number 7. In which city India's first smoke tower has been inaugurated? So recently Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has inaugurated India's first smoke tower in Delhi's Connaught Place that will purify 1000 cubic meters of air per second within a radius of around 1 kilometers. And if this pilot project would be successful, then more smoke towers will be installed in Delhi. So this tower basically constitutes a pilot study to assess the reduction of particulate matter in urban areas through air cleaning. And the 2-year-long pilot study will be carried out by IIT Delhi and IIT Bombay because these 2 institutions are technical advisors for this particular project. Talking about Delhi, recently Ministry of Textile has inaugurated an international exhibition on folk and tribal art paintings named as रीतियों से कलाकृतियों का सफर in New Delhi. Then apart from it, an exhibition cum selling platform NCUI Heart was inaugurated at the premises of NCUI in New Delhi. And this platform was meant for the products made by non-famous corporation and self-help group that were least popular. Also recently, Narendra Singh Tomar has inaugurated the world's second largest refurbished state-of-the-art National Gene Bank in New Delhi. Also, world's first biobank in Ayurveda is going to be set up in All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi. Then AIIMS Delhi has become the first hospital in the country to house a fire station in its campus to meet any type of emergency. Then Delhi has also launched faceless transport services recently. And the Disaster Management Authority of Delhi has implemented GRAP, that is Graded Response Action Plan, to manage the COVID-19 effectively. So it has basically 4 levels of color-coded alerts: yellow, amber, orange and red. So definitely red one is the most threatening. Question number 8. Who has been appointed as the new governor of Manipur? So recently President Ram Nath Kovind has appointed senior BJP leader from Tamil Nadu, who is La Ganesan, as the new governor of Manipur. So this post had fallen vacant after the retirement of Najma Heptullah, and hence the temporary charge was given to Sikkim governor Ganga Prasad. But now it has new governor, who is La Ganesan. Now talking about some of the important recent appointments. Recently King of Malaysia has appointed Ismail Sabri Yaqub as the Prime Minister of the country, and he has replaced Muhyiddin Yassin, because earlier he has lost the majority in parliament because he had failed to effectively manage the public health system there. So now new Prime Minister of Malaysia is Ismail Sabri Yaqub. Then Lebanon has its new Prime Minister. It's Najib Mikati. Then new Prime Minister of Haiti is Ariel Henry, because earlier we have seen that Prime Minister of Haiti was assassinated. So you have to tell me the name of the former Prime Minister. Also Zambia has its new president. It's Hakainde Hichilema. Then apart from it, Chairman of 15th Finance Commission, Mr. N.K. Singh, has been recently elected as President of IEG, that is Institute of Economic Growth Society. Question number 9. Which country has become the first country in the world to manufacture fossil-free steel? So this is Sweden, and fossil-free steel is also called as green steel. So this has been developed by Hybrid Technology, and the first delivery was done to Volvo AB as a trial run. So this initiative was in process since the year 2016, and the full-scale production will begin from 2026. So according to the reports, replacing coking coal with hydrogen is expected to reduce emissions from steel making by at least 90%. Now apart from it, do remember that NABARD, that is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, has extended a grant of 24.9 lakh rupees for a project on IMFFS, that is Integrated Mangrove Fishery Farming System, to Tamil Nadu. So this basically aimed at enhancing the adaptive capacity of the fishing community. Apart from it, recently Arunachal Pradesh Cabinet has approved 2 credit-linked schemes which will facilitate 300 crore rupees investment in the agro-based sector. Now can you tell me, recently with which country India has signed a deal to procure assault rifles for the Indian Army? So this is Russia. Coming to last question, who has won silver in women's long jump at World Athletics Under 20 Championships? So this is Shaili Singh, as she has won the women's long jump silver with a 6.59 leap at the World Athletics Under 20 Championships that were held in Nairobi. So actually she missed the gold by just 1 centimeter to Sweden's Maja Askag, and hence India finished with 3 medals, 2 silver and 1 bronze. And the host Kenya topped the medal tally with 16 medals. Now can you tell me, in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, which country topped the medal tally? Please write in the comments. Now apart from it, recently Olympian Syed Shahid Hakim has passed away at the age of 82 years, and he was associated with which sport? So he was a footballer and former national coach. Now talking about one other silver and one other bronze. The other silver was won by Amit Khatri in men's 10,000 meter race, and the bronze was won by mixed 4x400 meter relay team. Now apart from it, India's Manika Batra and G Sathiyan won the mixed double title at World Table Tennis Tour Contender 2021, and the host for this tournament is Budapest. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Minuzat Sana signing off.